You wake up to the screams and gunshots from outside. THP virus is setting the world on fire and causing World War Z. After a month, when situation cools down a bit and zombies are mostly starving walkers, you get a distress call from a fanboy. He's giving you the location and tell you he's starving cause he's running out of ramens and white monsters. But there is a big problem. The apartment he's in is a volatile hive. So you ask me for planning a rescue operation? Cause I'm apocalypse expert. Before getting into operation details, we need to know what are volatiles and what is their weaknesses. Volatiles are the final stage of Haran virus, which is an alien pathogen that causes mutation in humans. First, you're a viral, but after being exposed to sunlight, virus gets suppressed and turn you into a walker. Some people can experience other mutations due to their physical and genetical traits, but let's stick to the normal process. If infected person stays in the dark for long, its body starts the next phase of mutation since virus isn't suppressed by sunlight anymore. But those mutations need nutrients and calories. That's why hives are formed. All those horrors you see aren't just to make the place look spooky. They are what's sustaining the mutation and creation of volatiles. That's why they bring their hunts into their hives. It's for supplying biomass so other volatiles can feast from it. If they happen to be exposed to sunlight during their transformation, it will prevent that by suppressing the virus, just like the poor bastard we saw in the dying light following. After completing their transformation, they will detach from the cocoon and start hunting with their fellows. They're extremely fast, durable, aggressive. No barrier can stop them except UV lights. The transformation did wonderful things to them. It increased human growth hormone so much that it made them taller and made their bones so thicker their lower ribs couldn't fit inside the body anymore. So they are sticking out now. Also, it cracked their jaws. Have you ever wondered why there is no female volatiles? Because female body does not have the potential to become a volatile, just like there is no male banshee. The sentient volatile is an exception. She was infected with something else. Because one of the mutations I told you, and their extremely dense bones and muscles, they cannot swim and will drown easily. They make so much noise when breathing because all that muscles need lots of oxygen. That's another reason why they suffocate in water pretty fast. Since their jaw is cracked because of the bone growth, their feeding is wonderful. They probably have very strong tongue that can help them eat. They can also spit stomach acid when they cannot reach their target, which is common among infected of this virus. Since they're pack hunters, they patrol the streets, and when one of them spots a prey, it will howl as hard as it can and alert others. This is the coolest part about Haran virus. Have you ever wondered why, when average Joes that cannot do a single pull-up turns into a volatile, it can climb on anything like it's no big deal? Like, I know the growth hormone and testosterone and everything help, but it needs muscle memory and nerves that know how to execute that. Like powerlifters who are very strong but cannot do a pull-up. It's because all of that muscle memory, along with everything your ancestors did, are coded in your genes. Isn't that fascinating? The virus targets your genes, and unlike them all, so volatiles achieve that muscle memory and their nerves adapt. A last thing to mention is their vulnerability to UV lights. Their pain tolerance is outstanding, but not against UV lights. I believe it suppresses the virus so much they feel weakened and really feel the pain, which makes sense, cause if they stay in the UV light for long, their body will literally shut down. They lost skin pigments, that's why they are so pale, and skin pigments are one of the defense layers against harmful UV lights. The verdict is, that's why they run like hell when sun rises. Enough with the nerdy biology. Now let's get to combat biology. Believe it or not, neutralizing volatiles are easy. But before I tell you how, smash that subscribe button and notification bell so you won't miss the next video. Their vulnerability to UV light is your best weapon, but not all UV lights are equal. There are UVA, which is used for industrial applications, like curing paints and resins, and it's also not bioreactive. It won't hurt them. There is UVB, which is used in phototherapy and tanning beds, which is bioreactive but not very strong. And there is the almighty UVC, which is very bioreactive, meaning it will affect biological tissues at even DNA and molecular level, and is used for sterilization in labs and water and air filtration systems. All of them, especially UVB and UVC, needs protective clothing and goggles. Otherwise, you will get sunburn from UVB and possibly losing your eyesight. But UVC, oh boy, it's so strong it will cause the radiation burn. It's not like in dying light that people casually stay under UV light. It will F you up. So wear thick woven clothes, or if that's too hot in your environment, use UV rated lab coat. And absolutely do not escape the eye protection. The best example of getting your eyes screwed was Luke. Those protective goggles reduce sunlight, so you probably need a flashlight even with the UV lights. How to find UV lamps? UVA, which I don't think is effective, can be found in industrial areas and even on UV flashlights. UVB can be found in beauty clinics and dermatology clinics that has UV bars used for medical purposes, especially the ones used for phototherapy. They are way better than ones for tanning beds. And the almighty UVC, you can find them in labs and filtration systems. If your home has some special type of water filtration systems that has a UV filter, you can take that out and use that light. Although the power can determine how much range it can cover. Big ones can be found only in labs, and for sourcing the power, you can use power banks or car batteries. The thing is, UV lamps are fragile, so you should be very careful with them. What about guns? What do you need for volatiles? Something big, like 7.62 NATO guns loaded with solid copper hollow point rounds, or big bore AR-15s with 458 SOCOM rounds, with red dots and laser sights to increase aiming speed and ability to point fire. A foregrip or hand stop can help with recoil management. For sidearm, which is literally the last resort, like when they jump at you for delivering their death blow, something like 500 Magnum can get the job done. Having a melee weapon can be good for less dangerous walkers. Also, having a UV rod might save you there. One more important thing, very UV rated goggles and lab clothes. Strap the UVC light that you scavenged from filtration system to a pole and strap that on your back. Better use a monopod so you can adjust the height. Use several power banks to supply the power. Get a big chest rig so you can have enough magazines and a UV bar and other needed tools. Grab your gun, and now it's time to save the fanboy. And before going out, don't forget to hit the like button. You exit your house and reach the apartment that the fanboy is located in. You put on the UV protection glasses and turn on the UV lamps and enter the house. The power of UV even hurts the sleepers, and you take care of them with your melee weapon, cause you want to keep the ammo for virals and volatiles. After going deeper on the building, you notice that it's really a volatile hive, and the fanboy room is on the 5th floor. You make noise so all the volatiles will know where you are and come at you, but when they get close, the UV rays forces them to back off. And that's when you take the aim and shoot them in the chest, cause headshots probably will just miss. You kill few that wants to spit acid, and others run away. But when you start killing the larva volatiles, they will come back to protect them, and that's when you kill the remainings. You reach your fanboy's room and open the door by force, since he's too afraid to open it. He suddenly panics and hit you with something, cause he mistaken you for a zombie. It won't hurt you, but it's enough to damage the UV lamp. And suddenly, a volatile comes from nowhere and jump at you. You reach out for the UV bar and force the monster to jump back. and then you draw your 500 Magnum and put few rounds to the monster's chest. But it's not enough. Suddenly you hear several bangs from your bag and the volatile finally collapse. The fanboy used your long gun to finish off the last volatile. That's it. You saved the fanboy and also made your town slightly safer. Now enjoy your fanboy and thanks for watching.